is unique in showing the emotions of people in their death throes and giving us a real human element that we don't get anywhere else. And I think that's what makes people fascinated by Pompeii. And we see them right in the context of their living spaces as they're hiding, or they're trying to leave, or they're rescuing their children.
In the shadow of a long-buried city, modern cameras have uncovered tragedies frozen in time, haunting images of lives lost in an instant, shocking the world with their raw, heartbreaking detail. Powerful visuals pull back the veil on Pompeii's final moments. These are the 10 recent discoveries captured on camera that are shocking the world. Number 10. The tragic fate of the newborn. The site of Pompeii, eternally etched into history by the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, has yielded countless tragic tales. Yet, among the most pathetic is the discovery of the tiny infant. Found near the skeletal remains of an adult woman, presumably its mother, the newborn's presence adds a layer of raw human emotion to the narrative of the destruction that befell this ancient city. Photographs capturing this moment are arresting. The imagery conveys an emotional depth that transcends centuries, providing a stark reminder that amidst the chaos and terror, life was unfolding as usual until it was abruptly halted. The mere sight of a newborn next to its mother speaks volumes about the fragility of life and the unyielding grip of nature's fury. Now, let's look into the details of this discovery. The tragedy is magnified when we consider the circumstances surrounding their final moments. The documentation reveals evidence which suggests that birth may have occurred during or just before the eruption. Meanwhile, the mother's position indicates she might have been attempting to shield her child from falling ash and debris. Furthermore, the speed and severity with which the volcanic materials engulfed them left them no time for escape or rescue. The emotional weight carried by these findings cannot be overstated. To think that in their final moments, this mother and child were locked in an intimate struggle against insurmountable odds evokes a profound sense of sorrow. What may be the exact cause of their death? The discovery has stunned historians with its sudden and devastating conclusion captured in a single snapshot. Modern imaging techniques have allowed researchers to analyze these remains with unprecedented clarity, leaving us with some revelation. Initially, it revealed that the cause of death is likely instant due to pyroclastic flows. Additionally, the condition at death suggests that both bodies show signs typical of those caught in such explosive events. Apparently, suffocation was followed instantly by a rapid covering of ash. These findings underscore not just the scale of Pompeii's disaster, but also its indiscriminate nature, claiming lives at all stages and ages without warning or mercy. While undeniably tragic, this discovery also highlights human resilience. Even in their last moments, there is an undeniable proof of love and protection, a mother's instinct to shield her child at all costs. Number 9. The unluckiest man. Imagine walking through the remnants of Pompeii only to stumble upon an eerie scene. A man's remains found near a colossal boulder. At first glance, anyone would think this poor soul was tragically crushed during the volcanic eruption. The initial discovery painted a grim picture, an image so vivid and haunting it could easily be mistaken for a scene from an ancient disaster movie. The discovery of this unfortunate man was no less than a shocking revelation. When archaeologists first uncovered his remains, the immediate assumption was that he had met his tragic end in one of the most gruesome ways possible. Crushed by this massive boulder as Mount Vesuvius unleashed its fury on Pompeii. The sight was compelling and heart-wrenching, a stark reminder of nature's brute force. Photographs and early reports strongly suggested that the boulder struck him directly, resulting in instant death. This narrative quickly spread, resonating with people worldwide and becoming one of the more sensational stories from Pompeii's tragic past. However, modern technology, with its ability to peer into history with unprecedented clarity, has rewritten this man's story. Advanced imaging techniques, including CT scans and 3D reconstructions, provided an astonishing revelation. His skull remained intact. This crucial detail turned the previous narrative on its head. Rather than being crushed by the boulder, it became evident that he likely died from asphyxiation caused by the intense volcanic ash and gases. The boulder? It seems more plausible now that it had landed near him post-mortem, or was perhaps dislodged during the chaotic aftermath of the eruption. This tragic twist deepens our empathy for those caught in Vesuvius's catastrophic eruption. It's one thing to imagine an instantaneous end, but quite another to ponder the slow, suffocating demise faced by many trapped under clouds of ash and toxic fumes. To further understand the plight of Pompeii's victims, it's important to consider their physical postures at the time of death. Research indicates that many victims assumed certain body postures due to pyroclastic density currents, PDCs, which can provide valuable insights into their last moments. Number 8. The tragic fate of the guard dog. This is a heartbreaking story that shows how loyalty can endure even in the face of certain death. Picture yourself walking through the ancient streets of Pompeii, your footsteps echoing on the cobblestones when you come across a plaster cast so detailed it almost seems alive. This isn't just any cast. It's the moving figure of a guard dog, chained and helpless, unable to escape the suffocating volcanic ash. This heart-wrenching discovery was made in 1874 in the house of Orpheus. This plaster cast tells a story that words often fail to capture. The dog was found lying on its side, a chain still fastened around its neck and attached to a metal ring embedded in what once was a vibrant courtyard. Imagine the scene. Chaos erupting all around as Mount Vesuvius spat fire and brimstone. Amidst this chaos, a loyal guard dog, unaware of its impending fate, remained tethered to its post. What makes this discovery particularly haunting is how vividly it captures the dog's final moments. The details are astonishing. Muscles tensed as if in mid-struggle, limbs contorted in what must have been an agonizing attempt to break free. One can almost hear the frantic barks and feel the desperate energy as it tries to escape an invisible enemy. These images evoke something deeper than mere historical interest. They bring forth a shared sense of desperation felt by both humans and animals caught in that catastrophic event. This small yet significant piece of history does more than tug at our heartstrings. It serves as a grim reminder that Pompeii's disaster was indiscriminate. The eruption didn't spare anyone, humans or animals, from its lethal grasp. While human stories often take center stage when discussing Pompeii's tragic end, this guard dog's story adds layers to our understanding of that fateful day. Plaster casts like this one provide an invaluable service to history enthusiasts and scholars alike. By filling voids left by decomposed bodies with plaster, archaeologists can create eerily accurate molds that show us how these beings met their end. And unlike skeletal remains alone, these casts offer a more comprehensive view, capturing not just the physical form, but also a snapshot of fear and struggle. In many ways, this guard dog's plight mirrors human experiences during disasters. Loyalty tested by adversity, courage in the face of overwhelming odds, and ultimately, an untimely demise. It prompts us to reflect on our own lives and relationships, the bonds we form and how they stand up under pressure. Number 7. The Garden of the Fugitives. Imagine walking into a peaceful garden, only to discover it was frozen in time by a disaster that happened almost 2,000 years ago. This chilling scene is exactly what archaeologists found at the aptly named Garden of the Fugitives in Pompeii. Here, 13 people were discovered in their final moments, their desperate attempts to escape the catastrophic eruption of Mount Vesuvius, preserved forever in plaster casts. The photos of these 13 individuals are truly haunting. While few were found huddled together, some appeared to be embracing loved ones while others seemed to be shielding themselves from the volcanic onslaught. These images offer a glimpse into the sheer terror and helplessness felt during those final moments. It's not just the number of bodies that is unsettling, but also their positioning, each one telling a silent yet profoundly impactful story of life interrupted. What do these findings tell us about human behavior during disasters? In the face of impending doom, it's clear that these individuals sought comfort and solace in each other's presence. Rather than scattering in individual panic, they gathered together, perhaps hoping that unity might provide some form of protection against nature's fury. This poignant snapshot of collective human behavior speaks volumes about our intrinsic need for connection and support when confronted with life's most terrifying challenges. To understand how these individuals were preserved so meticulously, we will explore the fascinating process of creating plaster casts from voids left by bodies buried in ash. When organic material decomposes under layers of volcanic ash, it leaves behind hollow spaces, voids that perfectly retain the shape of whatever once occupied them. Archaeologists fill these voids with liquid plaster, which hardens and forms an exact replica of the original body, capturing even minute details like folds in clothing or facial expressions. This technique has allowed us to see not just bones or artifacts, but to witness moments frozen in time. Moments filled with emotion, fear, and humanity. The Garden of the Fugitives offers more than just archaeological interest. It provides an emotional connection to our ancestors who lived through one of history's most infamous disasters. The detailed photographs capturing these plaster casts have shocked the world by bringing an ancient tragedy vividly into contemporary consciousness. Number 6. The Embracing Lovers. In the early 20th century, a remarkable discovery was made by the archaeologist. Two people, locked in a hug, were frozen in time by the devastating eruption of Mount Vesuvius. For years, the world believed this touching image showed lovers holding each other as their final moments approached. The plaster casts of their bodies, detailed and heart-wrenching, told a story of love and loss that resonated deeply with anyone who saw them. With modern technology's arrival, the story took an unexpected turn. DNA analysis combined with intricate imaging techniques revealed a surprising twist. These were not lovers in the traditional sense. In fact, these two individuals were both men. This revelation added layers of complexity and mystery to their story, challenging our initial interpretations and raising new questions about their relationship. The discovery sparked intense debate among historians and archaeologists alike. If they weren't lovers, then who were they? Could they have been close friends or perhaps family members? The nature of relationships in ancient times was often more nuanced than our modern perspectives allow us to see. But let's narrow this discovery and its interpretation to 3 possible outcomes, which include: ancient societies valued friendships deeply. It's possible these men were lifelong friends. Probably they could have been brothers or relatives seeking solace in each other's presence during those terrifying final moments. Despite being men, the possibility of a romantic relationship can't be entirely ruled out given the evidence. The powerful imagery of the embracing figures continues to captivate us. It's not just about who they were, but what they represent, a symbol of human connection in the face of overwhelming disaster. Their embrace is proof of the bonds that hold us together even when everything around us falls apart. Number 5. The haunting plaster casts. In Pompeii, the eerie artistry of plaster casts brings to life the final, heart-wrenching moments of its doomed inhabitants. When Mount Vesuvius unleashed its fury, the volcanic ash blanketed the city, and as it cooled, it preserved a grim snapshot of ancient life cut brutally short. These casts are more than just artifacts. They are silent storytellers, whispering tales of fear, desperation, and an abrupt end. The process of creating these haunting plaster casts is both fascinating and somber. Initially, bodies buried in the ash decomposed over time, leaving behind voids where they once lay. Archaeologists discovered that by pouring liquid plaster into these hollow spaces, they could recreate the exact positions and expressions of Pompeii's residents at their moment of death. Imagine this: a delicate dance between science and art. The plaster fills every crevice, capturing not only the form but also the minutiae. Clothing folds, muscle tension, even facial expressions frozen in terror. As the plaster hardens and the surrounding ash is carefully chipped away, a ghostly figure emerges from its ancient tomb. Photographs of these casts serve as windows into a world long gone. They reveal so much more than skeletal remains ever could: Every cast tells a unique story. Look closely at these plaster figures, and you'll see something profoundly human. Emotion carved into every contour. One cast shows a mother shielding her child. Another depicts a man with his hands raised as if to fend off an invisible threat. Each figure's posture and expression tell a poignant tale of survival instincts, thwarted by nature's merciless power. Pompeii was no ordinary burial ground. It became an inadvertent museum of human suffering. The detailed photographs of these casts capture not only bodies but souls caught in their final throes. These images are visceral. They evoke empathy and curiosity simultaneously. Creating these casts isn't just about preserving physical forms. It's about immortalizing moments steeped in raw emotion. They serve as powerful reminders that bridge centuries, making history tangible and relatable. Archaeologists have unearthed hundreds of such casts over the years, each one adding another layer to our understanding of Pompeian life and death. Number 4. The prized horse. In 2018, archaeologists made an incredible discovery: a beautifully preserved horse, complete with a military-style harness, in the wealthy outskirts of Pompeii. This was beyond any horse. It was a symbol of ancient luxury and military prestige. The horse's remains were found in the stable of a villa believed to belong to an affluent Roman general or high-ranking officer. The intricate military-style harness adorning the horse suggests its owner held considerable status and wealth. This wasn't just a working animal. It was a prized possession, perhaps even a symbol of power and prestige. Photographs taken during the excavation reveal every minute detail. You can almost hear the clink of metal as you look at the intricate designs on the harness. The leather straps, though brittle from age, still retain their craftsmanship. The bridle shines with what must have once been polished metal fittings. These images suggest that this horse was not only well cared for, but also highly valued. Its muscular build, evident even in its preserved state, indicates it was likely used for both ceremonial purposes and possibly in battle. The attention to detail on its equipment reflects the affluence and high status of its owner. This discovery beams a spotlight into the lives of Pompeii's elite. It tells us that wealth in ancient Pompeii wasn't just about luxurious homes or elaborate feasts. It extended to owning prized animals like this one. Furthermore, the military-style harness hints at a possible connection to Rome's legions, suggesting that the villa's owner might have had significant military clout. Also, owning such an animal would require resources far beyond what an average Pompeian could afford, indicating immense wealth. The care and maintenance required for such a horse point towards a lifestyle of leisure and privilege, where showcasing one's assets was part of daily life. The discovery of this prized horse is more than just an archaeological find. It's a narrative woven through time, revealing layers about Pompeii's past inhabitants. It adds another dimension to our understanding of how they lived, what they valued, and how they expressed their status. Imagine standing there as ash rained down from Vesuvius, trying to protect your most cherished possessions. This horse among them. It's moments like these captured forever in time that continue to shock and fascinate us today. Number 3. The Villa of the Mysteries frescoes. Visualize walking into a room frozen in time, where walls speak of ancient secrets and colors whisper tales from nearly 2,000 years ago. That's exactly what happens when you step into the Villa of the Mysteries in Pompeii. The frescoes adorning these walls are nothing short of mesmerizing, their preservation providing an incredible window into a mysterious world. High-resolution photographs and advanced imaging techniques have played a crucial role in bringing these vivid scenes to life. These methods allow for an unprecedented level of detail, capturing everything from the brush strokes to the intricate patterns in the background. Thanks to these advancements, we can see these frescoes almost as clearly as their original creators did. The team behind this remarkable documentation effort was a collaboration of archaeologists, historians, and imaging specialists. Using a combination of traditional photography and cutting-edge 3D scanning technology, they managed to create a digital archive that offers both depth and clarity. This effort wasn't just about capturing beauty, it was about preserving history with scientific precision. The Villa of the Mysteries has been a subject of fascination since its discovery in 1909. Located just outside Pompeii's city walls, this grand villa is renowned for its well-preserved frescoes that cover an entire room, depicting what many believe are initiation rites into a secretive cult. Each panel tells part of a story. Figures draped in flowing garments partake in various rituals, some holding gigantic objects while others appear to be dancing or playing musical instruments. One particularly striking image shows a woman being initiated into these rites, her expression both serene and intense. The imagery is so detailed that you can almost feel the textures of their robes and hear the soft melodies played on ancient instruments. It's like stepping back in time, standing among those who lived through these mysterious ceremonies. These images do more than just tell a story. They evoke questions about the lives and beliefs of those who created them. Scholars have long debated what exactly these frescoes represent. Were they religious rituals? Ceremonies marking significant life events? Or perhaps something else entirely? One theory suggests that these scenes depict initiation rites into the cult of Dionysus, given some of the symbolic elements such as grapevines and theatrical masks commonly associated with this deity. Another perspective posits that they might be linked to wedding preparations or fertility rites due to the recurring themes of transformation and renewal. Interestingly, recent studies have also explored other interpretations of these frescoes, suggesting they may represent broader cultural practices within ancient Roman society. What makes this discovery even more intriguing is how well preserved these frescoes are, despite nearly 2 millennia passing by. The volcanic ash that buried Pompeii acted as an extraordinary preservative, allowing us to witness these ancient works in stunning detail today. Number 2, the mystical sanctuary, Lararium. The Lararium was found in an almost pristine state in the Regio 5 area of Pompeii. As the archaeologist carefully brushed away centuries of volcanic ash, they revealed an intricate fresco that adorned the walls of this mystical sanctuary. The timing and circumstances surrounding its discovery were unexpected. Extensive modern imaging techniques enabled the team to document every detail meticulously. This can be likened to stumbling upon a sacred space, frozen in time, an ancient shrine that whispers tales of devotion and mysticism. This is precisely what happened during the excavation of Pompeii, when archaeologists unearthed a well-preserved Lararium, a household shrine dedicated to the guardian spirits of the home. The discovery, made in 2018 by a team led by Massimo Ossana, the general director of the Archaeological Park of Pompeii, captivated both scholars and enthusiasts alike. With advancements in imaging technology, capturing the essence of this Lararium became an art form in itself. High-resolution photographs and 3D imaging allowed for a detailed visual record that preserves not only the artistic elements, but also provides insight into its historical context. The frescoes within this Lararium are nothing short of breathtaking. Vibrant colors, reds, blues, yellows, come alive on plastered walls, creating scenes that transport us back nearly 2,000 years. The imagery includes depictions of serpents, which were considered protective deities, and scenes featuring human figures engaged in ritualistic activities. These vibrant colors and meticulous details provide a vivid look into the religious practices and beliefs of ancient Pompeians. So, what could be the role of Lararia? Lararia played a crucial role in Roman homes as focal points for daily worship and offerings to household gods known as Lares. These shrines served as spiritual sanctuaries where families would gather to seek protection and blessings for their household. The intricate frescoes offer us a window into these intimate moments of faith and tradition. Let's talk about the key elements captured in these frescoes. First is the guardian serpents. This is often depicted coiling around altars or fruit baskets, symbolizing protection. Also, visual representations of food items like bread and fruit are placed at the altar. More visible are figures shown making offerings or performing rituals. This discovery adds depth to our understanding of Roman religion's pervasive influence on daily life. The vivid imagery captured through modern technology not only documents historical art, but also enriches our knowledge about ancient customs, rituals, and beliefs. The meticulous documentation work ensures that these treasures are preserved for future generations to study and appreciate. Number 1. Remarkable dental health. Who would have thought that an ancient civilization buried under volcanic ash for nearly 2,000 years could offer insights into dental health that would astound modern scientists? The residents of Pompeii have done just that. Their remarkably good dental health has been revealed through the magic of modern dental scans and imaging. Imagine the curiosity of researchers as they examined the remains of Pompeii's inhabitants. When advanced imaging techniques were applied, they unearthed a surprising revelation. The people of Pompeii had exceptionally healthy teeth. Unlike many modern populations plagued by cavities and gum disease, these ancient individuals seem to have won the dental lottery. What could be behind such pristine, pearly whites? One major factor contributing to this remarkable dental health is diet. The residents of Pompeii followed a diet that was rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and whole grains. These foods are not only nutritious but also less likely to cause tooth decay compared to sugary snacks and processed foods prevalent in today's diet. Researchers found minimal evidence of cavities or other dental issues commonly associated with high-sugar diets. This discovery underscores the importance of what we eat on our overall health, even spanning back millennia. Another intriguing aspect is the natural fluoridation present in the water supply around Mount Vesuvius. The volcanic soil is rich in certain minerals, including fluoride, which can naturally leach into the water supply. Fluoride is well known today for its protective properties against tooth decay, a happy accident for the ancient Pompeians. The environment played a crucial role too. Living near fertile volcanic soil meant access to nutrient-rich crops and freshwater sources devoid of industrial pollutants that plague modern societies. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.